Hey everyone, I'm here today to take a look at the Jurassic World Hammond collection Carnotaurus from Mattel. Quick look at the packaging here. It's standard Hammond collection packaging, and picture of the toy on the front there. Another picture of the toy on the back with kind of a jungle scene. The Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom logo up in the corner there, because that's the film that this is from. There's no bio or picture from the film or anything on this. I think it might be because this is the European packaging. Then on one side you've got the Hammond collection logo there. And on this end is another picture of the toy. I'll go over the articulation first. The mouth opens and both the top and the bottom part of the head and jaw are connected. So when you push the top of the head down, it makes the bottom part of the jaw close and open like that. Then there's a joint at the back of the head and another one halfway down the neck and then at the bottom of the neck. So get quite a range of motion from that. They swivel as well as bend up and down. The arms will swivel out to the side as well as going around, forward and backwards, and there's an elbow joint that will straighten or bend, and they swivel out to the sides as well. The legs have a pivot that goes out to the side like that, as well as going forward and backwards. There's a knee joint that will straighten up or bend, and that will swivel out to the side a bit as well and inwards. And then two going down the ankle there, kind of at the backwards knee joint, then the ankle that go forward and backwards, up and down, and they swivel around too. And then the tail has 2 points of articulation, one where it connects to the body, and you do have to connect the tail when you get it. The tail is kind of disconnected. You pop that in there and it won't come back out. There's a joint there, and then a joint there, sort of a third of the way down the tail. And then the rest of the tail is rubber with a wire inside, so that'll bend however you want it, really. So nice range of motion there as usual with these. Now for a close-up look at the sculpt and the amazing detail. This looks fantastic. Very nice paint job too. It's the same kind of paint job as most of the Carnotaurs we've have had, but a bit more detailed, obviously. But I like that it's pretty similar, so you can build up a species where they all look like they are supposed to be part of the same species. They're not drastically different colours, but there's still differences enough that they look unique from each other, and you'll see that when I do a comparison later. But the sculpting's fantastic. It's got the white going down his underbelly, mostly kind of browny red, and then darker blacky brown on the top there of the body going down. The eye isn't painted on, it's one of those clear plastic, almost a marbly effect eye, like the T-Rex had, which looks really nice. Let's get on the body, looks fantastic. Definitely the best Carnotaurus we've had, as to be expected. I love those clear plastic eyes. They look so much better than the painted on ones. You get it into some pretty nice poses. He has smaller feet than the regular line Carnotauruses, and I found that that does give him some balance issues. It takes a little bit longer to get him in a pose that will balance him. He doesn't fall over all the time, you can do it, but just a little bit more effort to getting him to balance. You can see those small feet there. The nails on his hands aren't painted, which isn't a big deal. I can't say it really bothers me too much. It's just a small detail. It didn't have any extra paint detailing put on. Nice thing with the articulation on this Carnotaurus is that if you want to, you can have the head kind of bent up like that, or you can have it forward a bit more like that. And there's kind of a debate on which is the more natural pose for the Carnotaurus, whether it would have been straight forward like that or bent. I can't really imagine it being quite as bent as this. So I do like having it a bit more straightforward like that. For a comparison, here's the Hammond Collection Carnotaurus with that first Carnotaurus release we got, and you can see it's bigger than that one. That had that snapping mouth action feature like that. I prefer the arms on the new one. On the older one, there's just straight arms, there's no articulation at the elbow, so those looked a bit weird, how they were positioned like that. I like that you can, on this new one, kind of bend them at the elbow and get some nicer looking poses out of the arms. And here's the Hammond Collection Carnotaurus with that larger electronic Carnotaurus we got a few years ago. They're about the same sort of size, so if you've got that electronic one, that'll give you some idea of the size of the Hammond Collection one. This one was electronic. And it is nice having one that will make the roaring noises, but once again he had those weird little arms like that, which are improved upon on the Hammond Collection one. Here they are together, and I do think they look nice together. They all look distinct from each other. The new one having more paint detailing. And that electronic one's quite a bit lighter, but it's not like a drastically different colour. Sometimes Mattel will release different dinosaurs of the same species that, you know, one's yellow and then the next one will be blue or whatever, and they don't really match up. I like it when there's a uniform look to the colour scheme, but there's still different shades, so you can tell them apart. They don't all look exactly the same, but they do mesh well as a species. You could have all three of these on display together, and I think they'd look quite nice. There you go, to give you an idea of the size. You see the Hammond Collection one kind of matches up with the electronic one, maybe a little bit longer in the tail. You can have the two Carnotauruses battling it out for supremacy. There's a close-up of the heads of the Hammond Collection and the original Carnotaurus that we got. And that original one is still really nice looking. I mean, it's got some good detailing to it, just not as fine and intricate as the Hammond Collection does. And here's a close-up head comparison with the electronic Carnotaurus. For a size comparison, here's the Carnotaurus with the Hammond Collection T-Rex. And they both have that glass eye effect. I think it actually looks better on the Carnotaurus than it did on the T-Rex, but I'm hoping they'll all have this going forward. I think they will. It does look better than the painted eyes. But another thing this Carnotaurus has, and I've noticed dinosaurs in the main line have started to have this as well, is that the teeth are actually sculpted with different plastic to the head. With the older dinosaurs, including this T-Rex, the teeth are part of the same piece of plastic that the head is made of. And so it's just kind of extra sculpted detail, but because that's hard plastic, for safety reasons Mattel had to make the teeth a bit thicker and a bit rounder. But because they're using a separate piece of plastic that they glue inside the mouth now, they can make it out of a soft rubbery plastic, which means the teeth can be sculpted to be thinner and sharper looking, and it looks so much better. And now it makes me wish they'd done this on all the Hammond Collection dinosaurs. I kind of want them to go back and remake them all now, because that T-Rex and like the Ceratosaurus, the Baryonyx would have all looked so much better with these soft rubbery but sharper and pointier looking teeth. It would have been nice if they'd given the Carnotaurus a separate tongue like they did with the T-Rex. Quite nice detailing at the back of the throat there. So that's the Hammond Collection Carnotaurus, the best Carnotaurus we've had so far. I do love this Hammond Collection. It's my dream Jurassic World, Jurassic Park toy line. It's just a shame they're so hard to get in the UK. They're not released at retail here like they are in America, so it's getting increasingly difficult to get hold of these. I do like having a pack of Carnotauruses. I think they look pretty cool together. What do you guys think? Do you like the Hammond Collection one, or do you prefer the mainline Carnotauruses with the action features but less articulation? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time.